What's up, vape fans? All Day Vape here, bringing you a review of the Kanger Subox Mini Starter Kit. Okay, so let's start by getting up close and personal with the Kanger Subox Mini Starter Kit. Now, I picked this up retail about a month ago, and I've been using it quite a bit, and it's really come in quite handy. It's a great segue to go from like a pen style vape, like an Ego. So if you had one of the stick vapes, then this would be very good to segue into either sub-ohm, or if you're just looking for more vapor or a little more customization of your vape, or even if you want to get into coil building. There is a rebuildable atomizer deck included in this, which we'll talk about. So all in all, for I think I got it for about $80. I think they can be found for a little bit less now, but a really great kit. Let's check out what it comes with. I obviously got the black. It also comes in white if that floats your boat. So inside we've just got a list over here of what comes in the box. You've got the K-Box Mini, which is a 50-watt mod. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And then the new Sub-Tank Mini also. And underneath those, we've got the usual owner's manual and some paperwork. Here you've got your USB charging cable. Now, you do not want to vape this while it's charging. It can be done, but that's never a good idea. So you always want to charge your batteries outside of the mod, never in it while you're using it. I have used this like on the nightstand overnight, just plugged it in with the battery in there and it worked fine. But again, I do not recommend actually vaping while it's charging. You've got a couple bags here that go with the RBA section, one of which just contains your little bit of organic cotton that they include. And it also comes with a screwdriver. You got a couple of coils that come with it, and then just some extra screws in case you lose them. Looks like there's 4 in there, so that's kind of handy. And your tank is actually, you'll see there's no coil in mine. That's because I've been using the RBA section. So when you open it, you're going to see this 0.5 ohm coil actually installed into the tank already, and then your RBA section is here, and then the 1.5 ohm coil is over here. Now, these are the pre-made store-bought coils. You can actually buy these when you start getting that burnt taste, if you don't want to use the RBA section of it. So this is a 0.5 ohm coil. You can use it between 15 up to 60 watts, it says. Obviously, the K-Box Mini only goes up to 50, so you're safe there. And then the 1.5 ohm coil, that is more for a mouth to lung hit, which is like the way you would kind of smoke a cigarette. It can only be used up to 25 watts, 10 to 25 watts. So I used this one a couple of times, and I liked it. I thought it was fine. I just wanted to get into the RBA portion. So let's talk about the mod a little bit. Okay, so it's pretty slim. It takes a single 18650 battery. It's got a nice little magnetic case here. I have not had any issues with this case coming off or being bumped around. It's pretty solid. I mean, there is really no play in it. I mean, if you mess with it, you can slide it around a little bit. But fit and finish is good. I don't really see any gap there, which is important. On either side, it's pretty flush. And inside, you've got your negative post up here, which is labeled, and then positive down here. So we'll go ahead and throw a battery in it. Negative up, pop the cap back on, and you're good. Now it turns on as soon as you pop the battery in, which I'm not really crazy about. And my camera's not very good, so what you've got on your display, well, this is your fire button here, and this is your wattage adjust up and down. But what you've got on your display is you've got your voltage at the top, your ohms at the bottom, and then obviously your watts over here. So for those of you who are new to sub-ohm vaping, as you adjust your wattage, your voltage will adjust when you fire it, and that's going to be based off the resistance of the coil that's in there. So it says 9.9 ohms right now because I don't have an atomizer on here, so it will not fire. When you try to fire, it just flashes that open, and nothing will happen. There's no heat or anything going on over here. So it's a nice little mod. It's very good for travel. If you don't want to lug around a bunch of rechargeable batteries, maybe you've got a bigger mod that takes 2, 3, or even 4 batteries, or the big 26 650s. This is nice and compact. I take this thing around. I like to use it when I'm driving around. If I got some errands to run or whatever, it's quick, it's easy. You can throw it in your pocket, and you don't look like you're trying to hide a weapon or anything. So let's talk about the Sub-Tank Mini now. This is a pretty nice tank. I had a Kanger Mega, which held almost as much as this. This is a 4.5 milliliter tank, and it's pretty nice. I have to admit, the Pyrex is very smooth. You've got no sharp edges around the Pyrex here, and your O-rings are, there's a little bit of water on here because I cleaned it up, but your O-rings are nice and tight. I've not had any issue with the O-rings or any of the finish. Let's see if you can see inside here. All of your threading is very smooth. There's no burrs, there's no scratches or anything like that. You've got your 510 drip tip. Again, nice tight O-ring there. Not had any issues of leakage whatsoever. And all right, so when you've got the RBA in there, that's what's going to look like. You're going to have some juice in there. Now back to the airflow. This bottom ring rotates. So you've got basically three different settings. You've got your smallest air hole here, and then you've got one that's a little bit bigger, and then you've got the wide open. And that's the same on both sides. There is two. So whatever you spin that to, it's going to be the same. I personally like a little more vapor, so I vape it on the wide open hole. But if you are more of a flavor chaser, you're going to want to use either the smallest or even the second hole. But you will get a hotter vape when using these holes. Less airflow is going to make a hotter vape. That's just how it works. So just something to note if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get a huge flavor bust. Well, you might, but you also might burn the shit out of your lips. So vape it low and see how it works for you. Let's go and put some juice in here. Okay, so I had to put some different juice in there. On my RBA, we are at 0.48 ohms. I don't know if you can read that because of the light. Anyway, so I've got a coil in there. It's reading right around 5 ohms. The K-Box Mini only reads in increments of a tenth. It will not do the 100th position, so it's probably just going to say 0.5 once we put it back on there. Okay, nope, I was wrong. So it's reading, you can't see it, but it is reading 0.4, and we are going to go up topside and take a quick vape. Okay, so here we are. We're going to check this out, show you guys what the vapor's like, give you an idea of the taste. So I've got this at 24 watts. So we saw earlier, it's just below 0.5 ohms on the RBA coil. And I do have the air control all the way open. So let's take a rip and see what it tastes like. That is pretty good. Vapor production is it's good enough that you feel like you're getting a lot of vape. It's not going to hit as heavy as some of your drippers. So if you've got a higher VG liquid in there, you'll get a little more vapor. I think I've got 60. I think it's 60 or 70 VG, so a little more vapor. But taste is actually very good in these, and the RBA coils I found last easily 2 weeks. I usually just end up changing my wick and I clean the junk off of the coil and then hit it again. So let's take another one. That was pretty good. Yeah, that's tasty, man. So again, very nice, compact, 4.5 milliliter tank. It's also 22 millimeters around. So if you've got any other mods, it will fit on those. And just a great travel all-around tank, or one to add to the collection. So I hope you guys found the video informative, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.